Hello everyone, I'm Crumbs. Welcome back to the troop. We are playing the 8th Armoured Brigade campaign on hardest difficulty, and we did a really good start. We did an excellent performance. We only lost 9 people, but we took out 62. Let's jump into the next mission, June 9th, 1944, first encounter. Situation: the brigade has bypassed resistance from SS troops around Adrieux and seized point 103. Enemy: SS units are operating to the east. Panzerleers, Superbly, equipped armor, and Panzer Grenadiers are massing to the south. Expect heavy resistance. Mission: advance south through the village of St. Pierre, seize the bridge over the Seulles, and advance through Tilly-sur-Seulles toward the brigade objective at Villers-Bocage. Ground: typical Norman village with stone buildings, hedgerows, orchards, and woods. Weather is overcast. Maybe we should just have a look. I will just go with one here and we can go back and add more. We will advance north and take 5 objectives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, there are 6, 7. We need to have some armor, right? Maybe we should go with these. How much do we... Yeah, we have 18, so we can probably go... Should we just go with regular? Or maybe a Churchill? The range on that is very short. I think I would go with this. And then we need some infantry. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see, 700. We could have late deployment cost for some just to save some. Maybe we should start with these 4. And then, and then they will arrive later and that will give us even more points. We see if we need it. So I guess we're gonna go with one mortar team here. Should we have the sniper? Maybe a half track so we can move fast? $300 left. Let's go with the sniper team here. We have 90. So maybe the Vickers? Yeah, why not?
Receiving.
We need to take this first, right? And we're gonna send some out on the edges here. I will place all the units and I'll be right back. We are ready to begin. I've added a tank here. We have another tank here, and then we have 2 tanks over here, and we also have this armored vehicle. The goal is to use the half track as a scout car, just to drive around to spot enemy units. We have a mortar team here, and then we're just gonna move and try to get this first, and then we take it from there. Let's begin. No one has been spotted. We can see that they are still hidden here. So I think we're just gonna push up.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna send you.
On our way.
You will run
Reporting.
all the way.
Moving out. Receiving. On the move.
Maybe it's better to sneak through this gap and out in this tall
Receiving.
grass or wheat or wherever it is.
On the move. Yes, sir. On our way. Yes, sir. On our way. Yes, sir.
I don't think you can drive through this. So the question is it better to... Yeah, it's probably better to go through that one. I will wait
Receiving.
with the armor.
On the move. Receiving. On the move. Yes, sir. On the move. Yes, sir.
Need to pack up our Vickers before we can move.
On our way. Yes, sir.
Yeah, let's
On our way.
go straight in there. Good. They
Receiving.
weren't spotted.
On the move.
Let's... Okay, I was hoping we could see a little bit more there, but I don't think there is anyone there.
Yes, sir.
We definitely want to have a look over here, so we're gonna move.
Yes, sir. On the move. Yes, sir.
It's usually better to have Vickers in
On our way.
buildings, so maybe I should have placed you over here so we could set them up, but it is what it is. Before we move some more, let's send our half-track forward.
On the move.
You're still hidden.
Reporting. Moving out.
So I don't think we will have much here. Armored vehicles. We're gonna drive very slow forward here
Out. Receiving.
until
On the move.
some of our other units will spot
Yes, sir.
enemy units.
On the move. Receiving. On the move.
I think that's everyone. We don't need to
Reporting.
use our mortar, so we will just end turn.
Yes, sir. On our way. Reporting.
I'm gonna send you
out.
down that way.
Receiving. On the move. Receiving. On the move. Yes, sir. On our way. Yes, sir. On our way. Receiving. On the move. Yes, sir. On the move. Receiving. On the move. Yes, sir. On our way. Yes, sir. On our way.
So when you move, if you move 1 or 2, they will lie down. You can see that they are lying down on the ground. But if you move 3 or 4,
On the move.
they will be standing on their knees there. So they are a little bit easier to hit. So when we get closer to a dangerous area, we should just move 2 steps at the time. Because then we have a little better chance of surviving an attack.
Yes, sir.
But I hope that we are pretty safe in
Yes, sir.
this high grass.
On the move.
It's not grass. Or
Yes,
does
sir.
it count as grass? No,
our
I don't
way.
think so.
Receiving.
Let's head up and stop here. And we still hidden, and then we do a big move
Receiving. Reporting.
right in the open field.
Moving out.
Maybe we should drop a team off here. No, I think I need 2 teams if we survive all the way up there.
Receiving.
You will just
On the move.
continue slowly forward.
Moving out.
Maybe there will pop up some units. They could actually be hanging around here. If you aim at different tiles and there is an enemy there, they will be spotted. But it looks empty. Do we have any points left? Why don't we look here? Oh, alright. And we can actually do the same with you.
Receiving. Reporting.
We will just
Receiving.
wait here for now, but you,
Yes, sir.
we can send you
On
around
the move.
that way. And you will just chill until we have a target. Alright? Just looking, everyone is still hidden.
Receiving. On the move. Reporting. Moving out. Receiving. On the move. Yes, sir.
We will save that
Receiving.
one just in case we might see anyone.
On the move.
This will be
Yes, sir.
a little bit tricky. And you have that one. We need to sit
Receiving.
that do a setup before we can use it. So that's why I'm gonna
Receiving.
go a little bit slow with you.
On the move. Yes, sir. On our way.
Question is, should we jump over here?
Yes, sir.
I think we have to.
On our way.
And you still hit
Yes,
him.
sir. On our way. Receiving. On the move.
Well,
Yes,
that
sir.
means I can send you as well,
On the
in
move.
case they have armor.
Yes, sir. On the move. On the move.
We will aim down here.
Yes, sir. On our way. Yes, sir. On the move. Yes, sir.
I will keep you a little bit behind here since we need to do a setup before we can start shooting, so it's better to not use you as a scout. Alright,
Receiving.
let's rock and roll and see what happens.
On the move.
Enemy armor spotted.
The only good thing is that we are moving fast. He need to rotate, aim, and then fire. If we're lucky, he will miss. But that means we can start dropping mortars. We could actually drop smoke and try to save him. Yeah, we see the accuracy isn't that good, but we might be lucky. No, not really.
Reporting. Moving out.
I don't think we can penetrate that armor. It's a Panther. Maybe from the side or from the back, but not from the front. Maybe with we have a late deployment, so maybe with one of those tanks.
Receiving. Yes, sir.
All right, let's make a jump.
On our way.
And you still hit him.
Reporting. Yes, sir. On our way. Receiving.
Do we want to move you? Maybe we can move you so you can fire next turn. Should we go here or here?
On the move.
Let's go there.
On the move.
Rotate and aim. Let's see if this one survives. We have 92 and we're actually
Reporting.
hitting at an angle. But do we want to reveal our two tanks? I'm not so
Receiving.
sure. Yeah, it showed that he has a line of sight, but I guess we need to go here to be
Receiving.
fully covered. So I wonder how far we can move before, because if we move all the way, we won't be able to unload these. If we go here, we are pretty safe. Let's go here and hope that we don't see anyone else, and then we can unload them next turn.
Reporting. Moving out. Yes, sir. On the move.
Do they have open hatches? The hatches are open. Does that mean we could snipe?
Yes, sir.
53%. I think we will lose this team if we start to snipe. But maybe if you guys start to shoot and you will snipe, Well,
Yes, sir.
it's a decision we need to make a little later. I will move here. Do a setup.
Yes, sir.
You will just chill next to them. As long as there is no one here, but we don't know where they are, so let's move these
Yes, sir.
guys first.
On our way. Yes, sir.
You are still not
On our way.
spotted.
Receiving. On the move. Receiving. On the move. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We should be pretty safe.
On our way.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. On our way. Receiving. On the move.
We'll try and rush these buildings. There are probably enemies here.
Receiving.
If I cross this, they will definitely see us.
On the move.
Let's go here and we jump over next
sir.
turn.
On our way. Reporting. Moving out. Receiving. On the move. Receiving. On the move.
Since we're not spotted, this is a pretty good spot. You can help attacking those buildings if we get in trouble.
Yes, sir.
Do I want to move here? Well, the only good thing if we get spotted is that then we know there are enemies here.
On the move.
Mortar. That's the last team.
Reporting.
I don't think we can do any damage here. But maybe if we hit one of the open hatches.
Receiving. Reporting.
Oh no. We were lucky the first time.
Reporting. Receiving.
Should we try and snipe? I will move you away because they will probably fire
Moving out.
back.
Yes, sir.
100%. So the question is, how big is the chance to hit? Maybe if we kill the tank commander. I need to think about that.
Receiving. On the move. Reporting.
I think we can move pretty fast
out.
in the crop field.
Yes, sir. On our way. Receiving.
I will just rotate.
On the move. Receiving. On the move. Yes, sir. On our way.
You are still hidden.
Receiving.
I will do a rush and you are still hidden
Yes,
as well.
sir. On our way.
Oh, we took that. That means that is empty.
Receiving. On the move. Yes, sir. On our way. Yes, sir. On the move.
Toward the, can we cross? No, we can't get to there.
Yes, sir. On the move. Receiving.
This is a little too low percentage anyway, so I think I will
Yes,
wait
sir.
with this sniper shot if I will take it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I think that's
Reporting.
everyone.
Receiving.
Maybe we can aim
Receiving.
with you. But I don't think there is anything to shoot at. Let's aim here.
Yes, sir. On our way. Yes, sir. On the move. Receiving. Receiving. On the move. Yes, sir. On our way.
Oh, there was another team there. Yeah. But now we know that there are people here and they will probably... Well, we can actually fire back. It doesn't matter if we move here. Alright, let's take the risk. I don't think we'll survive next turn.
Receiving.
94.
Reporting.
84.
Yes, sir.
You could probably get in position to fire next turn, so we will wait another turn with you guys, and then you
Yes,
will
sir.
just
On our way.
go for
Yes, sir.
the buildings here.
On our way. Receiving. On the move. Receiving.
We need to cross this, so maybe we need more people.
On the move. Receiving. On the move. Yes, sir. On our way. Reporting. Moving
It's
out.
probably better to try and get that house from here instead of this open field.
Receiving. On the move.
But we have the mortar. Should we go for
Reporting.
the tank, or should we move? Well, we would probably hit ourselves. I'll just go with the same spot there. We might miss and hit him.
Yes, sir. On our way. Receiving. On the move. Yes, sir. On the move. Yes, sir. On our way. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Receiving.
Yeah,
Reporting.
wait.
Receiving.
You will wait till you see anyone. I don't think I
Receiving.
want to move you. If we go out here, they would probably see us. Maybe we can go around this way if you don't spot anyone here.
Yes, sir. Receiving.
This is better, right in the side.
Reporting. Yes, sir.
Do I want to go here? Maybe it's better to go here. And then we move forward next turn. If he will be there.
On the move.
I'll just aim in that direction so we have a good aim. Or should we start shooting this turn so he will turn toward us And then you can do the kill shot next turn.
Yes,
I
sir.
don't know.
On our way.
Let's rush. We send you over there. Maybe we should have
Yes, sir.
team going there. It feels like there will be enemies
On our
down
way.
here.
Receiving. On the move. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna send you so we have you in the house. Let's move you guys.
Yes, sir. On our way. Yes, sir. On our way. Receiving. On the move. Receiving.
There's no one here.
Receiving. On the move. Yes, sir. On the move. Receiving. On the move. Yes, sir. On our way. Yes, sir.
Do I wanna try and head over here?
On our way.
And you're still here.
Reporting. Moving out.
We should have rushed.
Receiving. On the move. Receiving.
Should we try and sneak around here? There is probably something. Maybe I can send you along that way. I will keep you here.
Receiving. Reporting.
So let's skip this. We probably won't do any damage there. I will send a long shot over here. So actually, I don't want this guy to move. So maybe we should stay here. We should just move so he can still fire at us. I'm sorry that I'm using you as bait, but I need you to stay put.
On the move.
And then the question, should we wait one turn?
Reporting.
And then we can have 3 that
Yes, sir.
fire. Because that is probably needed. I will take the risk and wait. We are playing on hard difficulty, so we will probably miss a lot, and they will be better. Let's start with you. You should have pretty good aim. 94 and 88. Okay, you go first. Should we try the sniper and see if we can kill the tank commander? Oh, we actually did! We killed one, and I guess
Reporting.
it's probably the tank commander who was standing up.
Receiving.
Alright, let's go. We did damage.
Looks like that one went through.
We disabled the gun, 80% suppression. Let's go with another one.
He's knocked out.
Okay, patience did work this time. And this guy is still hidden. Let's just move up.
Move.
We can aim here. And we need to move these guys.
Reporting.
Let's send you
out.
over.
Yes, sir. On our way. Yes, sir. On our way.
So what do we think here?
Receiving. On the move.
Enemy armor spotted.
Yes, sir.
Let's try to get you in one piece inside that building.
Reporting. Moving out. Yes, sir. On our way. Receiving. On the move. Yes, sir. On our way. Yes, sir. On our way.
I'll try and sneak around here.
Receiving. On the move. Yes, sir.
Our anti-tank, maybe you should join them.
Move.
Then we
Yes,
have the
sir.
Vickers. It's a good spot here for you.
Yes, sir. On our way. Receiving. On the move. Reporting.
Well, we can start doing some shelling here.
Receiving.
We need to take a risk and head over here, so we will probably be spotted soon. Should we actually drive around there? Or maybe we should wait if you move forward. No, our backup has arrived. Where did you ended up?
Reporting.
Okay. That means I want to move you.
On the move.
Reinforcements. Let's send you so you can fire down there. How far can you see? Okay, you can actually see that tile.
Moving out. Receiving. On the move.
And that's it, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep. Oh, I forgot to move them, right? Yeah, my bad. It's only one team spotted.
Receiving.
So I will make a run for it. Yes.
Receiving. On the move. Yes,
And
sir.
you will follow.
On our way.
You will definitely stay there.
Yes, sir. On our way.
I will move
Receiving.
you across the road just to make room.
On the move.
And maybe to make him
Yes,
come
sir.
to us.
On our way. Reporting. Moving out. Receiving. On the move.
There is nothing there.
Receiving. On the move.
I could move in here. Will he see us?
Reporting.
I'm thinking I will go... No. We need to rotate first.
Moving out.
Let's stay out of sight this turn.
Moving out. Receiving. On the move.
We send you down there.
Yes, sir.
I will just go 2. We will aim the turret in that direction.
Yes, sir. On our way. Yes, sir.
Sniper,
On the move.
need to move.
Receiving. Reporting. Moving out.
Let's go here. Minimal. Yeah, we will
Receiving.
chill there.
On the move. Reporting.
Maybe you should join.
Reporting. Moving out. Yes, sir. On our way. Yes, sir.
We won't move any of those. I'm pretty sure he will move next turn.
Receiving. Yes, sir.
And that's everyone,
Yes, sir.
right?